All right, you guys are ready? Pujita? Okay, Pujita, your 1 minute starts now.
The entry of the foreign educational institutions in India will truly benefit India's higher education. Firstly, Indian students will get better quality higher education by sitting in our country itself. Secondly, it will reduce the barren and increase the forex reserve. According to the data that was released by the Ministry of Education to the Lok Sabha, the number of students or the Indian students getting enrolled to the foreign universities increased from 4.4 lakhs in 2021 to about 7.5 lakhs in 2022. So this shows the rates, and the overseas spending of the Indian students is about 80 billion USD. We could reduce this. That's my first point. And secondly, if we take into consideration the research, we could see that in the research field, the India's contribution to the research is only 0.8% of the total GDP, whereas the global average is about 1.8. So we could boost the research, we could boost the collaborative research and leads to the development of much more R&D centers in a country. And taking into consideration the foreign students coming to India, it's less than 47,000. So we could increase the foreign students coming to India through this.
Right. So, Hannah, you will get 1 minute and your time starts now.
International treaties specify the aim of education as humanity, freedom, and fostering cultural values itself, right? But true, when we are welcome the foreign universities to India, a kind of educational alliance has been made, and thereby we are welcoming a kind of education imperialism itself, which paved the way for autonomy itself, and which become a national threat also. So the kind of homogeneous way of education has become the equal value. So where the brains and competitiveness of the brains will get questioned here itself, and the cultural identity is questioned when the students speaking variety of language. That itself is the diversity of our India, right? But the linguistic chauvinism got a chance to be reflected in many ways also. So as well as that, we should also note about the point of diluting indigenous knowledge. We are going for the international level, and what about our roots? We are just to forget about these things.
Right. Hannah and Pujita, you will get 4 minutes for the debate and your time starts now.
The death rates of foreign Indian students in the foreign lands are considerably increasing. If we take a look at the ratio, in 2024, we could see that 7 Indian students died in America because of the violence and the discrimination which is happening over there. So in that context, if we are able to provide better quality foreign education in our land, we can decrease the number of death rates which is happening in other countries and the kind of racial discrimination that the Indians are facing in other countries.
Hannah?
This kind of discrimination has been variefied, and we just can't be just question this, because the violence and racism whole we discussed in the national level. Even Indian students were being committing suicide in IITs also. This will be a kind of bias creating question, or be this notion got any point? I think so.
Suiciding oneself and killing oneself, just depressing them, getting them to a suppressed state is entirely different in my perspective. So what we should do is that we should ensure quality education so that they can still stay here. I would like to add one more point, that it will boost the competition in our country. If you take a look at the numbers, we could see that out of the top universities, a small chunk of Indian universities top up to top 500. So if foreign universities come to India, we could boost the competition which is happening in our land, and thus this competition which lead to the development of the Indian universities.
Yes, more development.
Okay, stress management can also be questioned here, but at the same point, when we are talking about the competitiveness, we just want to question about the brain drain issue in both the ways, right? So here, when we are discussing about the brain drain issue, we should also discuss about that, the competency rate, and when our brains getting utilized for the development of the other nation is also a kind of negative impact from the same foreign universities. And I would like to add one more point, that about what kind of opportunities you are giving for the students from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. And it has been discussed in the gross enrollment enrollment ratio itself, and it was just about 23.1 and 18.9 in the respective of SC and ST category.
Pujita?
As per the UGC regulation, draft regulation that was issued, it was clearly stated that the students from the minorities, especially from the economically backward classes, they would be given scholarships, and that too partial and complete scholarships will be ensured by the UGC themselves. So in that instant, I think let the meritorious students from the SSC, ST and the minorities come to front. Let them compete among themselves to get the scholarship. Let the meritorious students among the minorities get this.
Right. Hannah?
Reservation and EWS, economic vehicle section, are both very different, right? And I would like to add one more thing, that what kind of importance you are going to give for the regional knowledge, like sports sector in India, medical sector in India, and the same like about the martial art, which include kalari and all. Won't they get any kind of like nurturing or things from the foreign universities, including sports sector?
You know
Pujita?
that this much of people is sitting in our front, and I don't know how much of these people know Kalari and many other arts which are being, that belongs to the traditional arts which belongs to us. So that's one point. And we are living in the technological era, and we get a lot of information. We collect a lot of information regarding the disciplines that even we don't know. So I don't think that it's necessarily important to get the knowledge about India to by going to look, we can get the knowledge from wherever we want. So we don't require that kind of the knowledge providing
Right.
systems in order to...
Knowledge is accessible, right, Hannah?
What about our identity? Identity of a nation in the sports sector, identity of our national literature sector, identity of our nation in whole norms.
Look, coming off the foreign universities doesn't mean that we are surpassing
Right.
the Indian universities.
They
Pujita,
always
Hannah, your time has ended. Right? Please shake your hands before you leave the stage. Thank you so much. Let me invite our next pair onto stage.
Federal Bank Speak for India, Kerala Edition Season 8 in association with Madhrbhoomi.